To me, it is.
wook+live.
Big intro. I am Kevin, joined by T, and we have Ryan O'Connell with us. Ryan is a writer. He has been in Bro Bible, Heavy Up Rocks, currently with Giddy Up America, and he has a little Baltimore connection. I saw that you mentioned The Wire.
Oh, yeah, man.
It's fantastic. I tell you what, I grew up 15 minutes from there, like right over the line in Baltimore County.
Oh, right on. Yeah. Oh, I went to college in Baltimore, too.
All right, which one?
Goucher.
Goucher, nice. I
Towson.
suggested that to my kid. She wants to go to McDaniel.
Okay.
Which is up here in Westminster. Well, Westminster, I'm not in Westminster, but it's close to us up here in Carroll County. So how are you doing this evening?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
Oh, fantastic. Simply fantastic.
Good.
Giddy Up America. What is Giddy Up America? Is it it's not a print thing, it's only online, right?
Yeah, it's like my way to keep my mental health in check, basically. So it's just, I don't know. I like to write. It's just a place for me to just write shit, whatever comes to my head and stuff like that.
Right. A lot of good stuff. Lot of
Thanks.
good stuff. Where we are going to get into the Jamband LP thing that you wrote recently there. Hey, wait, we didn't skip. You know, we're real professional here because we're on top of like moving the things forward there.
Well, Kevin, you just jumped right in. Like there was no what's going. Like we're the show before. It's 2 days before Halloween.
Brace yourself.
Like, God, he just like boom. Like that's the
simply
Kev way.
fantastic. So
Kev
you got kids, Ryan, right? You're going to be doing that on Halloween.
Yes, I'm working on Halloween.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Oh, love it. I loved when the little ones did. Now that they've grown up, I don't even turn the light on. I'm like, I don't have $50 to buy a bunch of candy because I'm not going to be the sweet tart guy. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to buy.
I respect that. We do the thing. We leave a bowl out in front of the house with probably like a note or something, because we're not there. We're just like out for like 4 hours. I'm proud of my 10-year-old though. Is graduating to the she's gonna bring the pillowcase around, which I'm like, that's a veteran move right there. Good work on you right there. It's awesome.
It's like I need a bigger bag.
Pretty much. Yeah, exactly. So props to her on that one.
That's awesome.
I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So let's jump into this, because this really, when I read this the other day, I was like, I got to get Ryan on to talk about this, and then you were like, oh, I'm around this week, so things happen quick, I guess. But you did an article that was the best live releases from 90s jam band era, and you had Panic's Light Fuse, Get Away, Moe's L, Dave Matthews live at Red Rocks, Blues Traveler live after the fall, and Slip, Stitch, and Pass by Fish. My initial comment to you was why no live one. Yeah. You want to get into why you chose Slip, Stitch, and Pass instead of live one?
Yeah, I think, well, first though, I mean, a live one, that was the first thing from Fish I ever heard. And I can tell you exactly where I was. I was at Walmart in Falmouth, Maine. Because remember back in the day how in music sections they'd have like the 4 or 5 CDs up there and you could like put on the headphones and listen to it. That's specifically what happened. I listened to Bouncing Around the Room and I'm like, okay, I'm on this shit right here. So it's funny. So like that's
The gateway song.
exactly. So like that album does like hold a special place right here. But like from like a perspective of coming into Fish, it was kind of a lot to process, that album, because it was kind of just big and expansive and it kind of like jumped right into it. Where I liked the accessibility of Slip, Stitch, and Path. How it was very much more like condensed and it felt like you were like listening to like one show. So it kind of brought you right into it. And it just, you know, there's just something about it. I also just love the cover. I think the cover is a lot of fun. And I just think there's just something about it just feels much more contained, where a live one is almost like jumping into like a 200 level philosophy class. You're like, oh shit, what did I get myself into? Whereas like Slips, you can pick up what's happening a lot quicker.
You know, I do like, we talked with Julie DeLong last night about the Dead's Halloween show in '80 and Dead Set, which came out of that. And it's the same kind of thing where they took several shows and put it together into a cohesive whole that you can listen to. And if you didn't know, you would say, yeah, that could have been what the set list was that night, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So they're not in order though. It's just like your list of 5 albums, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to. I mean, like it's fun ranking. It's like a fun like exercise of like arguing with myself. But sometimes it's just fun to list off like, now like this is your all-star team right here. Like this is what you're looking at. Yeah.
Because I definitely agree. Like and reading through it, I was like, the only one I didn't really ever really listen to was the Mo album. But you nailed. I mean, that the Panic album is still one of my favorite albums. I everything from the packaging of that with like the soft seat. Like I always like that's a core memory is like getting that and like always having that around or ready to put on because I love that. That disc is like that. Still today makes me love like one of the reasons I fell in love with Panic. It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's still really fun to listen to too.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's fun. I don't listen to Panic all the time.
Yeah.
But like you kind of get in like Panic moods. Where you're like, you know what, today, Tuesday afternoon, like this is what is gonna need you. And it's like a good like, I'm just gonna put this on. You know, in Classic City's another one, or A Joyous Occasion are good, like those are your good like ones to hold on to. But like Light Fuse is just is a beast. It's just
Joyous Occasion was the Dirty Dozen brass band one, right?
Yeah, that's that one. If you need something to listen to while going out and doing yard work, man, just putting that one on. That one's just fun. Like you'll just be grooving out, mowing the lawn. It's good shit right there.
Right.
That is great. Yeah, it is. Panic's a mood. It's definitely mood. And then the Dave album as well. I think I always remember that album for sure. I was at that show at Red Rocks and like Dave is just, that's the one album that solidified him to me as like being on that level of like Fish and everything at that time. Like just, they were so good. And that album is just like greatest hits now, especially of like awesomeness. And I love it. It's like, it's perfect. So even seeing, I both of those I've forgotten about in the world of streaming and so much other stuff to listen to. And like Kevin, I do the Wook Up, so it's always live shit these days. But just looking at them, seeing the album covers again and shit, I was like, man, I know I have those CDs somewhere in a box someplace too. And it's almost like I want to get them out and just look at them again and then want to play them again. Cause it's awesome. It's such a good core memory of all this. Even the Blues Traveler Live from the Fall is one I listened to a ton because Kevin knows I was a huge Blues Traveler fan. I like your comment though about the harmonica because it's true. We've talked to I think it was Mike who was talking, Mike Ayers, when he was on talking about it's a hard instrument to have as one of your lead instruments in a band. Like
every song,
like people kind of are getting like,
it's like, I mean, you listen to Blues Traveler, you're like, I know what I'm getting myself into. But like with that being said, maybe just like a skosh too much harmonica, but it's fun. Like every once in a while, like I won't listen to like all of Live from the Fall, but like you could take 10 songs off of that, and like that's some serious right there. Like Blues Traveler, like for like late 90s there, they weren't messing around. Like they just were at peak of their powers type level.
And live, they were phenomenal. Like live in that time, I would put them up against Fish, anybody. Like they were a phenomenal live act too. Like guitar players sometimes would go a little overboard, but dude, they were fantastic. It was, yeah.
Well, it was cool. You mentioned Ayers, and like the Mike Ayers book was a little bit of like an impetus for this because it kind of gets you thinking about things. And it was just, I loved like reading more about the history of Blues Traveler and how they definitely like hit that 10,000 hours mark of just like running around New York, just playing and playing and playing.
Nightingales.
Yeah, exactly. It's just cool. Like, I don't know. So I think, I mean, Blues Traveler was fun, and they kind of got me into a lot of jam bands, getting into them. And then you kind of like get interested in the Horde and all that stuff.
Yep.
So I just think, I don't think history has been super kind to Blues Traveler.
They're like spin doctors.
But somebody shot himself in the foot being on Twitter too much.
Well, that's because it happened to a lot of people.
Exactly.
So but no, it's that. But then, like, I mean, one of my favorite is the Mo album. I like Mo from like 98 to 2002, like that. Those were my dudes. Like Fish was like obviously like just rolling steady at number one, but like, and I was lucky too because going to school in Baltimore, I got to see a lot of Mo shows. So because I was in college like 98 to 2002, and just Mo shows were so much fun back then. And I love that they would just like they could just get weird with it. They could just get heavy with it sometimes. And you're just like, it was just going for it. And just that album, I love that album. Like Meat off that album is just, whew, that's a good time right there.
Yeah. They were one of the first ones to come out with like archival stuff with the warts and all stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
I loved Mo too. So fantastic. They used to play 9:30 whenever they'd come through. If you live in Baltimore, basically DC's like a suburb of Baltimore.
Yeah, exactly. You just make that run of like, who's going to drive? Cool. Awesome. How many people can we fit in your car?
Right. Wilmer's. God help us with Wilmer's. First time I went there, I was 15, 1986, to see the Jello Boys. And if you could look over the bar, they would serve you. And I got so hammered, I ended up like in the corner, sitting in like the corner in the fetal position because I was so hammered.
Yeah, I think I went to one or two like autumn equinox shows down there. It was like Strange Folk and Carl Denson and stuff like that. It was good fun.
That's where Walther got his start, really.
Yeah.
Was doing the shows there. That he's moved up to Merriweather now. I hear they're doing that again. The All Good at Merriweather 2 days. Let me throw a couple other ones out there that didn't make your list. The Government Mules live with a little help from my friends from 99. That was 4 discs. It had like Derek Truck. I guess it was a whole New Year's show is what they put out. I would say that was one of my top ones. I'm a big Mule guy, or I was at that time. I've only seen him once since Woody died. I hate when that happens. Yeah, it changed, man. When Government Mule started, they were a power trio. It was ZZ Top. It was Zeppelin. Even though Zeppelin had 4 people, you get what I'm saying. It was 3 instruments. And I was just like, this is what the jam band world needs at this moment.
Yeah.
So
there's something to be said for just a fucking rock solid power trio.
Right.
Like it's just and the ones who can really do it well, it makes so much sense. You're like, you guys don't need anyone else. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're good.
Exactly. I would throw out Galactic. They have Live Volume 1. It was their first record. I mean, Stanton Moore is just simply fantastic.
I would have had Galactic. I think they had it was like Tipitina's or We Love Them Tonight. I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
I think it came out in like 2001 or something like that. And so, I'm nothing if not a stickler for my own rules I set out. Because I love Galactic. I mean, Stanton Moore is like, it's funny. Because I work in events and stuff like that too. So I've been around like famous people and stuff like that. And you kind of just roll with it and don't really get starstruck a lot. We saw Galactic. They played up in Asbury Park last summer. And my wife and I walked in. I was like stoked. I'm like, this is my band. I'm excited. And I was like looking at Stan's kit, and he walked out and fixed something. And I like puddled into like a 7-year-old kid. I was like, oh my God, it's Stan. It's Stan. My wife's like, do you want a picture? I was like, no. Let's just be cool. Be cool. Be cool. Be cool. Be cool. And it was so much fun. Galactic fucking rocks. Love this.
Yeah, I got to see them on Lundigras once. The night before Fat Tuesday, and they played till like 4:30 in the morning at Tipitina's, and it just, I don't know, people spilling out on the streets, their ears bleeding, they don't know what's going on.
It's the best.
Yeah.
That was the best.
And then it was like 3 hours later, I'm on Frenchman Street. We didn't go to Bourbon Street for Fat Tuesday. We went to Frenchman. Fat Tuesday's dumb. You stood there and drank for 17 hours. It was the 4 days before of all these bands playing and, parades. That was what the real Mardi Gras thing was. I could have just as soon flown out on Fat Tuesday itself.
Right.
Sure. Anyway, not to poo-poo on Mardi Gras. Anyway, all right, let's talk a little bit about Radiohead. I know T's a fan. We mentioned this the other day. They are doing a tour, which we mentioned, but the fascinating thing, apparently they're going to be switching up the songs nightly.
That's cool. Mike Scriven's got a question for Ryan. Did you go to the Mo Halloween show at the Tower Theater in 2000?
I did not, because I generally just stay. I didn't really mess around with Philly too much. I mean, not at that time, no. But I would have loved to.
Philly's a tough town, man.
I mean, I lived in Philly for 6 years.
Right.
But later, a couple years down the road. But I would have loved to have seen that. That would have been fun.
Philly is a tough town, especially for drummers.
It is. It's true. I love Philly though.
God help us. But so are you a Radiohead guy, Ryan?
I was thinking about this since yesterday, since you sent me it. I respect Radiohead and I appreciate Radiohead. I have probably 15 Radiohead songs I would willingly listen to and really like, but that's kind of where it ends for me.
Yeah,
but
I only know Creep.
Yeah, but I appreciate the shit out of them. They're great. I think I came to this realization, you get a little bit older, you have to start picking your spots a little bit. And I was like, you know what? I'm okay with Radiohead. You guys are good. I'm going to do my thing. I would like to see them live though, because I feel like that's just a legendary.
I was gonna say that live, they're phenomenal. Like, it's a fantastic show, like musically. And Kev, I feel like you would really enjoy it because you like spacey breakdown sort of music, and a lot of their jams that they will play or like go into shit have that sort of feel to it. I saw them at the Greek up in Berkeley last time they toured. I can't remember when that was, and we went the first night and it was so good. My buddy's like, we got to go tomorrow night, and just bought tickets for the next night, so we went both nights and it was awesome. Like, they're just musically it's fun, and like, yeah, being a fan is another, like, seeing them is just epic. But yeah, I can't recommend just going and checking it out because it's a great show. It's a great live show if you like music. Like, it's fantastic. So
Right.
Well, I feel like it's an experience. Like,
exactly.
There's concerts you go to
exactly
that are like, oh, it's a good show. Like, no, Radiohead's like almost like an immersive experience because like
they would be cool at the Sphere because they could get away with like a YouTube thing and play almost the same thing every night with the graphic or whatever, and you'd be like enthralled seeing like a 1-through run with that or something would be phenomenal because the sound is phenomenal. Like, they're just such good musicians. So yeah.
Four nights
cool.
in each city. 4 nights in each city.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a minute since they toured, so it's like, that the draw is there, and it's going to be one of those tours that people are just going to want to check out. It's one of those
things. I think everyone saw Oasis too and was like, oh, you know what? There's a yearning for like getting back together and seeing nostalgic or like seeing that again. And we could use some extra money. Fuck it. Let's all get back together.
Exactly.
Right. So we get 4 nights each city. They're saying 65 songs. Are Radiohead trying to make that jump and say, hey, maybe we can sell the same guy 4 tickets because we're going to do completely different.
Right. I mean, if
songs.
there and there's Radiohead purists out there that would definitely go, knowing that they would. It'd be like you said, or like Fish of the Dead, where you're getting a different show every night. You'd be like, yes,
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah,
You ate my Fractal team on volumes. Let's check out Radiohead, the Basement Sessions. Yes, those are good. It is good. That's good.
And they're also
Kev, did you see this from William about? I don't want to say anything, but we'll talk about that.
yeah,
towards
we
the end of the
will.
show.
Stone Temple Pilots are coming.
Yeah.
To, which is fantastic. My kid's a big fan. They're also doing this in the round. I saw Yes years ago in the round, and it was weird because it kept stopping in front of like Tony K or something. It was the Union tour, so there were like 9 or 10 of them up there on stage, and I kept getting stopped. I never got a John Anderson.
Was that what year was that? Was that
God?
I saw them in like 91 or 92,
yeah,
right?
it was way.
It was that tour, and they played the old McNichols in Denver, and in the round. And the thing was, I was tripping so hard that night, and the speakers, were above the stage in like the spider configuration.
Okay.
And I was just staring at those, and I thought it was a giant spider that like kept pulsating above the stage, and dude, it was. Again, great musicians. Like that music was phenomenal to trip to, but man, that was a hairy show. I was a little out of my mind.
It was the spider hairy.
Yeah, never forget that though. Yes, in the round with the giant spider.
I've seen Yes like 10 times. I've seen Yes entirely too many times for as much as I really don't dig it.
Especially since they're just like meh. So you've seen them.
I tell you what, I fell in love with Owner of a Lonely Heart. I still say that's the best album they ever made. Because it was basically a Trevor or what's his name? Trevor Rabin. It was basically his solo album that they just grafted themselves onto, but Cinema, I think it was called. And
that video on MTV, classic.
Oh, yeah, with the spies and all, and
classic video.
Oh my God, I absolutely love it. This where was this thing? Oh, Noel Gallagher. You're an Oasis guy? Yes, no?
Oh, heck yeah.
He sold the handwritten lyric sheet for Don't Look Back in Anger for 20,000 plus pounds.
It's funny to me because I love Oasis, and to the point, like, it was funny. There was like a direct correlation between how many videos I saw of like their shows this summer to how quickly I was then checking Ticketmaster for like prices. Like it was like a diet. It was like, but the thing is I don't like Oasis for the lyrics, and I feel like a lot of their lyrics are not very good.
Tough, yeah.
And so I think of all the things to buy in terms of Oasis memorabilia, I don't think a lyric sheet would be super high on my list. I mean, I think aesthetically, I guess, as like a piece of art, it might look kind of cool, but like I'm not jonesing for Oasis lyrics as much as I love blasting Oasis. I'm not.
Right.
That's not. I'm not there.
They only thought it was going to get 4,000 pounds, so it went for 5 times the amount. That's what touring does for you.
I actually feel like that's kind of low, like for someone who's a huge Oasis fan. I feel like that would be something. Like you said, like framing that on your wall or something, like showing it off to folk. If you're a big Oasis fan, I feel like that would be, it's like the cocktail napkin with the directions on it or whatever. And you're like, oh shit, it's a piece of history. Like,
yeah, where's like the Oasis tech bro who's just gonna throw down $80,000?
Exactly. Shoriki or whatever that dude's name that bought the Wu-Tang album or whatever that was.
Exactly. Yeah, like I just feel like some of these people with like just stupid money would just be super inclined to do this, but.
Do you think that if so inclined, Dead and Company like a Bob Weir or something, or a Trey Anastasio could auction off something like that for charity? Or, I mean, or their own money if they wanted to. But
for sure, I think anybody could, for sure. Yeah,
because I think too, there's like a visual like beauty to some of these. Like
you're gonna frame it. Right.
Yeah, like depending on how they wrote it, if they kind of scribbled, you can see little certain things and stuff like that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I could see it as like a cool piece of art.
Right.
Frame it maybe with like a poster or some shit next to it. Like I could see like the visual appeal of it.
Absolutely.
I've seen, like,
And
Dylan lyrics.
if he signed it too, like you'd want it signed, I'm assuming, right? Like it's not just about you'd want it at least,
Yeah.
autographed.
I
by
think
him
that
or
would
whatever.
devalue it. It would devalue it because it would
I
be
don't think
added
so.
later.
Well,
Oh, I mean, if you're viewing it as like art, as like capturing a moment in time,
then
then I could see your point. But if it's for like in perpetuity of just a huge
Right.
Oasis flex to anyone who comes over to your house,
right, and validation that it's his, that he actually did it, because who else would be like, oh, are you sure? Like, how do you know it's actually whatever? So
that's your Oasis minute. I've seen like Dylan stuff get sold like that, and it's cool because it'll be like crossed out. A line will be crossed out, and then you look at that and you're like, what if that was the line he had to sing instead of, what he actually did?
I think, like manuscripts and stuff of things are cool. Like, if you can get your hands on them. That's why there's, people buy first editions and things like that. So
because I think so much of like ultimately we want to know what artists are thinking and like what their thought process is. And I mean, that's one of the things I love about music is like you're basically just respecting people's choices and like why they, especially like music is so choice based of like we could do this, we do this. And so I think to get a little insight into like the process is always cool. I mean, that's why backstage footage or any kind of shit's cool. So I think like from that respect, I mean, it'd be cool to have some lyrics.
Again, why are jam band fans so insufferable? Why do we go at each other? Maybe that's the question. Like people go after the goose people, and dead people used to go after the fish people. Does that go on in other fandoms? I'm not really aware of like how the indie scene works.
Well, I think, but it does in pop music all the time. Like Swifties will hate on other things, or like bands, people will hate on another band like that. I mean, yeah, it happens all the time. So I feel like it's just, it's a little weirder in the jam world in the sense that you would think everyone would just get along and enjoy the music and be like, we're all here for the same reason. It's kind of, but it doesn't work that way.
Well, because there's this weird element of like passing torches and who has the mantle, you know what I mean? And it's not just like it limited to just like, oh, I'm better than you. It's like, oh no, this is the next big one.
Right. And I got in early. I was one of the first ones to find out about them and saw them earlier than you.
Yeah.
So,
I saw a Goose when they're on their 5th drummer out of 9 or something. I think that's where it gets weird. It's like, why can't we just let the kids play? Man.
Right. Like the guy I saw at a Zigaboo show once who had a shirt that said, I'm funkier than you. I was like,
See, you could get some Goose, like original Goose lyric sheets, Kev, and have them, there you go, like one of their like Arcadia's lyric sheets. Right. It's got like all the doodles on it, like there's just a bunch of drawn dicks on it and shit.
This guy we made, like, he was the butt of all our jokes that night because he had sunglasses on the whole night. And at 6 a.m. when we walked into the streets of New Orleans and the sun was up, we were not laughing at this guy anymore. We were like, you are a hero, dude. That you brought that. Oh man. All right, let's do a little housekeeping since we're at the bottom of the hour. For people who don't use clocks, like with a face, that means that it is 9:30. We got Saturday. Well, Friday over on Volume. Check it out. We're debuting a new thing with the mornings. We're going to have Amanda, your PhD DJ, on with us, and we're going to be running a little interview clip in the middle with Swerve, who are an up-and-comer out of Denver. So check that out. And then Saturday, if you're in Baltimore for Billy Springs, I expect to see you at the 8x10 between 3 and 5 and get a sticker. Come say hi. If not, watch on Volume. T is going to be in charge and large and running things. And
I'll be manning the comments and I'll be running the back end of the show. So, but if you're there, come see Billy Springs. He's a good friend of Billy Strings.
Yeah. Did I say it wrong? I don't know.
You kind of mashed the P.
Mangled the two of them.
You're close though.
And let's get our Ryan ad in too. Where are we finding you? What are people going to do to support what you're doing?
Just go to giddyupamerica.com.
And there you go. It's real simple. All right. It is tough on the road. We've seen a lot of bands cancel tours. Like a year ago, Mike Dillon, they got a show that we're going to talk about with what happened with Spafford here canceled. And he said they went from making a little money on the tour to barely breaking even. The other night, or tonight, I guess it's supposed to be tonight, Spafford was supposed to play Ace of Spades in Sacramento, California, and the venue, because of low ticket sales, canceled the gig on him. And Brian went on social media, good for him, and said, I'm not going to give you some BS with unforeseen circumstances. And then he went on to give a really heartfelt assessment of the situation on the road and saying, please, buy tickets early there. Are we going to see this start to happen a lot more now that the economy is taking a turn, Ryan, you think?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's full disclosure. I've never even heard Spafford. Just again, as I'm getting older, I'm making choices. I have my jam bands, my new ones. I went with Eggy. That was it.
Right.
Sorry.
You have to choose one, and that's
exactly. I was like, it's a bandwidth issue. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna see what I do. But like, I feel like that's kind of tough to like ask for people to buy tickets in advance. Obviously, they want to, but like, and if they can, they will. But there is a spontaneity to this that like, I'm just gonna go see the show, and I don't know. I think it's. I mean, I guess I'm also curious too. Well, like, does Spafford, do they play a 2-set show? Is that their thing, or they want to probably?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them in forever. Last time I saw them was
They are a 3-song, 4-song whole set kind of thing, and the only original member now is Brian, the guitar player, and they had drama a year ago when the bass player they didn't tell him when tour started, and he replaced them.
Oh, that's right. They were issuing statements too. Jam bands love those
they had
statements.
competing statements, but no diss track. No diss track.
Well, it was a year ago. We've changed. We've evolved as a society. But to like another point, like I've always thought it's interesting when a jam band can be big enough to like do 2 sets on their own without like a supporting act, because that's hard. Like, I mean, I know like Eggy does a lot of like, they do opening shows, or they'll have like an opener, or Mobile sometimes have an opener. Like it's hard to do when you have to like make that leap to be like, no, we're big enough, like we can sell 700 tickets on our own.
Right.
And I think that like, I don't know the details of this show that they're doing, but if they're trying to do without support, like that's tough in a place where they never really played before. Like,
right,
that's a big gamble, which I think has to kind of get baked into what you're trying to do.
Right. I mean, the venue, I've seen people who run venues, they're not the bad guys in all this, that, where they used to make $1 a drink, they're making 50 cents a drink now, because all of the cost of everything have gone up, and, they get scared. I'm sure that, you get scared a lot. There was that whole thing a few weeks back about the guy who got paid $0.
Right.
Like he showed like the landing from it, and everybody came and eventually started defending the club, saying, dude, you only brought in 70 people. What did you expect?
I mean, that's true. It's like these clubs like have like a minimum they're trying to make. And I mean, when I used to play music back in the day, you have to like hit a threshold of like how many people you bring in. And then especially if you try to play like in New York or something like that, it's like, okay, if you brought in X amount of people, you'll start to make maybe this much money. And you kind of just rolled with it. But it's just, I don't know. I think it's tough. I mean, buy tickets in advance, but I don't know, man. I think that's a tough one.
I mean, yes, I get it. And I think one of the problems too these days, I just want to say too, also, Dave, Space Bacon should open for Eggy. That would be fun. Like Space Bacon. Because then you could have somebody. Then you could have string cheese, although they're not really cheese, but yeah, you could have bacon, egg, and cheese in the whole thing in a band. Avocado toast. Anyway, I think part of the problem too is that tickets go on sale so far in advance that it's like it's so ridiculous to buy something that's sometimes over a year out.
Iron Maiden
exactly.
tickets for next September are going on sale.
And you're like, man, I don't have the money right now to spend on something for next September when I need to get some shit for like next week and the holiday, you know, like whatever. So I think that's part of the problem too sometimes. And yeah, for smaller bands and clubs and stuff, I always think it's easy. Like, I don't know, sometimes you don't know until you're like, oh yeah, let's just go check out that show tonight or like whatever. Anyway, so I get it on the band side though, where you like to have an idea. Okay, we know we're getting this amount of people in here tonight. And we don't have to worry about walk-ins. You know, it's just sort of like a safety thing. But I don't know. That's tough.
And a band like Spafford has a guarantee, I'm sure.
It
isn't like the local band like Uncle Conkle who may come to the 8x10 and say, we'll play for the door.
Totally.
Yeah.
You Ate My Fractal says Spafford streams their shows free on YouTube. That's cool.
Yes.
That's cool. I'm a fan of any band that does that.
That's cool.
Get them in.
Yeah.
They've lost a keyboard, a bassist, a drummer twice. Here you go. Fans and promoters probably losing trust. Yeah, that could have something to do with it. I mean, like Kev said, it's not even the same band anymore. So I think it's more now, do you dig those songs in the music? Like, I don't know.
We could call it B-Man. B-Mass. Brian Moss is almost Spafford.
I think they would be like Spafford 5.0 by now.
Yeah. Well, when the guy Red left, I understood that. He wanted to retire. Like the guy from the Radiators, Ed Volker, said, I don't want to die with my boots on. So he stopped touring.
Yeah. I mean, people leave. I mean, if it's the music's still there, I mean, you'll still have a segment that are like, if it's 5 months down the road and you know that this band is playing around you, and especially if you live in an area that doesn't get as many shows, or, like you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to bookmark that. I'm going to try. But I don't know. I think that's tough. And I get it from the band standpoint. I mean, when I was playing shows, I mean, I used to hate looking out at the crowd, like, or the lack thereof a crowd, and just being like, I hope people are going to show up. So it's like dope when you can sell tickets. I get that part, but I don't know, man. We're economically in a weird period right now. So I think just if you can play shows,
and the first thing that goes is entertainment, sporting events, bands, going out to dinner, all that stuff's the first on the chopping block when you're sitting at home and you're like, I got to pay the electric bill and I got to pay yada. Not to make anybody sad out there. Think about these things. I know you're not watching it to hear about that. Let's talk a little bit about streaming.
Daniel, he did pronounce Uncle Kunkel correctly. Can you believe it? He's been practicing though. I got to give him props for that too. He's been working on it because
I got to spell it right now. So I am not going to say that, Michael. There is where are you on streaming services? I am very anti-streaming service, and I know a lot of people, it's just their primary source for music these days.
I mean, I just go with Spotify. I know, like, I read the reports, and I'm like, I don't feel great about it, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's there. I work from home. Like, I listen to a lot of music. It's all right. I travel a lot when I'm not working. It's all right there. But like at the same time, I get that it stinks for like some of these musicians who don't make any money, and I get that part of it. And so sometimes when I can, like, I'll buy something on Bandcamp or something like that. But I just think it's kind of the world we're living in. I don't even know the last time I bought a CD.
Right. I'm with you.
Or how to play a CD. I mean, it's all, I don't use any of them anymore. I just sort of, if I want to hear something, I usually just throw on YouTube and then like search it and listen to watch it on that nowadays, because I feel like after getting burned with Apple and like having like iPods and all of that shit, and then kind of having that all go away too, I just feel like to go to another site like Spotify and have to like recurate all my shit and I'm just like too fucking like you with bands. Like, I'm too old. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm too old. Like, I got to choose one. And you know what my one is? It's the songs on my phone. And then when I want to listen to something else, YouTube it and just like Google it and listen to it that way. So,
well, see, that's my thing with like Spotify too, is when I was thinking about that the other day, reading it, I was like, I know, but like, I got my Spotify is pretty like OCD'd out. Like, so it's like I don't want to rehash that out, you know.
Right. No, I told yeah, if you have it set up and it's ready to go, you gotta use it. That's your platform. But like it's so overwhelming to walk into that and be like, oh, no. You know, just like no, I'm not. No,
I don't know. I don't know where to start.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Right. I'll just go to Internet Archive and throw on a Dead show or something and like deal with that.
Yeah.
So yeah. I wish I had a CD player though. I wish I still had a CD player in the car, to be honest with you. Like I'd love to put in.
Yeah. I do. I still have, like, it's like break glass in case of emergency. I still have a CD book in my car.
Nice.
With CD just in case the apocalypse happens. And like not like all I have is this. I'm like, well, I got it. I got this Roots mix from 2007. Still ready to go.
I got my stick shift, gasoline stick shift, and I got a CD tape deck mix thing in my car. There you go. I'm ready for it.
That and my like aversion to condiments, and I'm set for the apocalypse.
Let the EMP and the nuclear fallout hit. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm good.
I guess my whole thing is Spotify doesn't sell music, they sell subscriptions. And is it a sustainable model? I mean, innovation is come, even though we buy albums still, which is technology that's 100 years old and put vinyl on. But I feel like there has to be a next step, an artist collective where the artists run it themselves, but you need the huge names. You need a Taylor Swift to come on and do something like that in order for people to leave what you're saying, the comfort. I've done this forever. This is what I know. I'm here. I'm not, you know.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, for instance, like I like King Gizzard. I think they're fun and I can listen to them in doses and stuff like that. Them leaving Spotify, that's not enough to do it for me. I think maybe if there was, I don't know how many bands and acts I listen to on a regular basis, what that number is, that would cause me to actually then move on.
Right. Well, we find a lot of this with volume. People love YouTube. They watch us on YouTube. They always had, and we keep saying, come over and watch us on volume. And getting people to move from one thing to another isn't that easy. No. You know?
People get comfortable and people get like routine, and it's like I don't just like that. Like I don't want to break my routine. Like I'm here, you know. And I don't want to deal with that extra step and that extra thing. And like,
Well, Amazon tried to do something with gamers for years and years and years. They tried to build a platform for gamers, and it never took. They dumped all kinds of money into it, and people were happy with what they already had.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
To the point. I don't like militaristic AI robots.
Right. Yes.
I don't. I'm anti. But I'm
against this. What principle?
Yeah, but I'm also someone who's set in my ways. So there is the there's the dynamic.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm with you there. Do you let me ask you, you're going to a show, band that you don't know, whatever it is. Do you go to Setlist FM and pull up the set list to see what they're going to play? Because most bands play the same set list generally, night in, night out.
I do, because I like to know like kind of what, like, so for instance, I went and saw My Morning Jacket like 2 weeks ago, and I hadn't seen them in like over a decade. But like I've been following the tour and see what they're doing. I wanted to see. Then they took a little break and they came back to play. And I kind of wanted to see like what their heads are at. What kind of like what's kind of in rotation. Like I don't want to know exactly what they're gonna play. And thankfully they're one of those bands that are just weird and they just throw shit at the wall. But like it's kind of nice to know what's in the mix right now. You know, that part I like.
Took the kid to see Alice in Chains. I pulled it up. She didn't want to know, but I was like, I'm curious. And then that way, halfway through the show, I knew it was halfway through the show. And
there is that nice, like, oh, we're here. Cool. We're good.
Right. I saw Soccer Mommy. I definitely pulled that up. I wanted to make sure she did Circle the Drain.
There you go.
Yeah. It's I do it all the time.
Be disappointed beforehand.
Right. Right. Like, oh, but then you can plan out the night, right? Then you can know, like, okay, I know after this song I can go get food, or after this song I can go take a piss, like, because I know what's coming. So, yeah, I always check those and see what's different, or like how what's moved around, so that you can kind of guess too. And I think it's fun to see if it's exactly the same or if it's changed before you go.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're owned by somebody, Live Nation or something like that.
Probably.
My whole issue with that website is if I try to go and update a set list to fix it, they're like, how do you know this? You have to like be in the band or something almost, it seems like they're. And I'm like, dude, I know this because I've listened to this band for 40 years. I know.
Right. Totally. I will say, yes, Fractal, you did make the move over. You and Bungle, who are over there. Thank you guys for going over to Volume. Kevin, I really appreciate
they get cool stuff on like Mondays and Fridays.
Right. That's right. And yeah, Dave, they need less hoops to jump through. I don't think you need your credit card for the membership.
No, you can make an account. It's just
it's if you join the all access stuff that you need the credit card for. But think of them more like the indie darlings compared to the giant conglomerate money sucking bastards of YouTube. You know, support your local artists over on Volume.
There you go. Put that on a t-shirt. Nailed it.
A lot of good stuff. We're trying to get a t-shirt, a combo t-shirt there with them too. I would love to see Volume
put that on there.
I would love to see Volume become a place where it's a library of all these videos and shows like that. It's also a social place where they have comments and people can interact with each other.
I mean, the cool thing is there's so much live music over there. Like if you like live music, and there's so much archive of it too. Like I told you the other night, I worked a show that was in Nashville of a bluegrass band from Oslo, Norway. That's like, then they were talking about trying to get over here and the hoops they had to jump through to get in.
Nordic bluegrass there.
Their banjo player didn't make it because his visa didn't get there. So they had to pick up a banjo player over here. And the guy was actually really good, but it was so interesting. And the bar was actually pretty damn crowded for a Monday night was what it was. And I'm like, this is crazy though. You can stream, you can watch for free. And people were in the chat that were like, oh, I've seen these guys in whatever on YouTube and in this other place. And they're so good. I'm like, people have heard of this band? Like, are you kidding? Like, what? Wow. Okay, cool. So that's crazy. It's cool. I love it. And it's a great way. It's like I look at it kind of like a giant festival kind of thing where there's so much you can like find something you like, check out new bands every night. You're like, oh yeah, check that out. Oh yeah, check that out, and just see what's out there. It's kind of cool. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy that they're in bars across the country and that you can just watch live music all the time. I think that's really cool.
It is. So you got any shows coming up, Ryan, you're going to see, or?
Not right now. No. I live like 15 minutes south of Asbury Park in Jersey. So it's like summer's kind of our peak time to go see shows. And so we'll see what happens in like Philly and stuff, and maybe New York.
Dogs in a Pile is Asbury Park darlings.
Yeah, I want to catch them up sometime because like they're up the road. There's another group, like Surfing for Daisy.
Ooh, I've never heard of them.
They're okay. Like they're an Asbury group. They're a little more like pop folkish kind of stuff, but they're kind of cool. So I think we'll see how it goes.
How much is the legend of Bruce still alive there?
It's alive. It's alive. I still haven't seen him yet. We've lived here for 13 years. I've been looking. I haven't seen him. I find out he's like down the street from me. I'm like, son of a bitch. But no, it's just kind of like around. And then when you go to Asbury, it's like very prevalent. But it's just I don't know. Have you listened to any of the Nebraska stuff that just came out?
The Born in the USA fascinates me to no end. That he shelved it and it showed up as how it showed up. I mean, obviously it was the 80s were in full swing and drum machines and cheesy keyboards, but listening to that original, it's fascinating that it became what it did from that.
I love how I can't stop listening to Electric Nebraska because I love how just like grimy it is and just like gritty. Like it just sounds like it was recorded in a warehouse somewhere. I really like the feel and the vibe of it. It's really cool. I like it a lot.
I'm a huge fan. I got to see him in 2018 down in Virginia Beach. And my only regret is he didn't do Rosalita. He did Mary's Place instead, because he switches those two out. If he does one, he does the other.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go see him again to see that.
He was right in your neighborhood the other night, actually. Stevie had his birthday bash at the bar down the street, and one of my friends was there, and Bruce was like the seat over from her, and she's like sending me photos of she's like, Bruce is next to me. She's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I was like, that's awesome. She got
he's around.
Yeah,
he's around.
It was at Stevie's birthday. That's cool.
A while ago, might have even been a year, maybe longer, he was on the Howard Stern show, and Howard asked him about songwriting, and he said he didn't write songs anymore because he really had nothing to say anymore. I was like, I love that. I love that you're 80 years old, 70 whatever, 70 plus, and you're like, I'm like, could he go out and play what I wrote already? And
yeah, unless you get inspired or what, whatever. But then you could sell those lyrics.
There you go. It's a nice show. It's a nice showpiece,
right?
Fantastic. I would suggest anybody go see Bruce, though. He's one of those guys.
Dude, it's a great show. I mean, it's so much fun. He's just top to bottom. Yeah.
And then there comes a day you don't get to see him anymore.
Right.
Well, see, that's the thing with someone like him. It becomes kind of a race against time.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think that was one of the things that I came out of COVID thinking. I was like, just if there's someone playing you want to see, just go, because you never know. I think part of it was I never got to see Tom Petty live, and I love Tom Petty, and so that sucks. I missed that shot. So if you get the chance to see one, just go,
right?
Because you don't know what's going to happen. A pandemic could happen tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't.
But
I'm just saying, I think that was among the many takeaways from that little era was if you have a chance to see a band or something like that, or My Morning Jacket was like that. I was just listening to one of their shows, and I was like, you know what, where are they playing? I saw they were playing in Philly in October, and I was like, let's go, let's do it. And it was fun. I think you just got to take those shots, do it. You never know what's going to happen.
My 19-year-old is a huge Dylan fan. He was doing Outlaw Tour. I was like, I guess we're going to Outlaw Tour, baby. I was like, I'm not going to have you miss him playing 15 minutes from the house, even if it is a festival set and it's shorter, that this might be your time. You
have to. Yeah. That was why Bruce's last tour, I made sure to go to that. And to your point, Tom Petty was a great show. I went on him and saw him at the Hollywood Bowl, and Stevie Nicks came out and they did their together, and the dude from the Traveling Wilburys and ELO came out and did the song with him. And it's like, holy shit, this is awesome. And it was all greatest hits. It's like when you go see bands like Bruce or Weezer or whatever, where they don't play a lot of others. They just play the songs that you want to fucking hear and sing to and jam to. And you're like, this is fantastic. Perfect.
Yeah. No, they understand the assignment and they're going.
Right.
It's great. We tried to go see Bruce at the See Here Now festival in Asbury last year, but I think I tried for 3 hours to get tickets, and finally I was like, nope, we're just going to move on with my life.
Right.
That would have been sweet.
It's such a good point, though. I think even before COVID, though, I think the thing that set me off was when Fish went on the hiatus and then came back, and you were like, I got to see as much of them as I can because this is so precious, and you never know when it's gone. And when Jerry died, you're like, it's gone and it's permanent, and that's what broke my heart so much when Fish broke up, because you're like, wait, the Dead stopped because Jerry actually died and it's not the same band anymore, but you guys are all still together and you're just splitting up because you can't function anymore. And you're like, that sucks. So thank God they came back. And after that, I was like, yeah, you need to see whoever you can when you can, because you never know. And then, a pandemic hits and you're like, well, shit, we may never see anything ever again.
Exactly. We're just happy to be here. But I do think there's that element of just no, man, if you get a chance, we went and saw past summer, we saw George Clinton and P-Funk, because they were playing up the road, and I was like, I love P-Funk. I mean, it was literally George Clinton. It was an evening. It was a celebration of George Clinton by a bunch of people who I don't know. P-Funk songs.
Right.
It was a lot of fun. But I got to see George Clinton on stage. It was awesome. And, I think you'll appreciate this. I saw P-Funk at the Wrecker Theater in Towson in 1999.
I was there with you. I was probably there with you.
It was probably up there, one of the loudest shows I've ever been to in my life. My buddies, we were in our dorm room afterwards, just what? Huh? nothing, because we couldn't hear shit for like 2 days. But again, though, like you get a chance to see George Clinton, you don't know how long he has. Go see George Clinton.
I just have this vision of George Clinton getting pulled over on 95 in Florida, smoking rock while he's flying down 95 at 70 years old, or however old he was, like 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
There you go, Ryan. What's your favorite band? From Dave. Tough question.
That is a tough one. It varies. I mean, I love My Morning Jacket, Galactic.
What do you put on when you don't know what to listen to?
That's a tough one too. Shit, man.
I know I put on the Super Suckers. When I don't know what to listen to, I put on the Super Suckers because it's 3 chords and I know all the words. And within a song or two, I usually have figured out what I want to listen to.
There you go.
Yeah, I made like a playlist. It was like my Everything Is Fine playlist. That is just songs I just love, and I'll just put it on. They all put me in a good mood, and that's like my go-to. Like I'll just go for that one and just see. That's the one I go with.
When I need a boost of serotonin, I throw on the Young Holt Unlimited Soulful Strut, which if you don't know what it is from the name, you heard it, you'd be like, oh, I know that song. I put that on. And what was the movie with Lindsay Lohan? And she was a twin. They redid The Parent Trap.
Parent Trap.
There's a scene in that when they play that, and it's so cheesy because my kids fell in love with it, and I was like, I love that song. I remember that from the radio when I was little.
There you go. Not a surf. There you go.
There.
I was gonna say T Monk. I put on actually Sonny Rollins a lot. I love Sonny Rollins, so I'll throw him on and fine until I figure out what I want to listen to.
Yeah.
We lost what's his Johnette. What was the guy's first name? The other.
Oh yeah, I know. The other day, I know the jazz station out here played a bunch of his songs all day. It was great.
I'm sorry that I dropped it. You ready to run that beautiful bean footage?
The what?
Hold your ears, Dave.
Cover your ears, Dave. Here it comes.
The Neil Young Minute. Oh, right. So the other day we mentioned that they did the thing down at Painted Turtle, Lake Hughes, California. What was it called? The Harvest Moon Gathering. Lana Del Rey did Needle and the Damage Done, but we didn't know what Beck or Neil Young played. Beck apparently busted out a Loser, Where It's At. True Love Will Find You in the end. And Neil Young ran through just a bunch of classics. Old Man, Heart of Gold, Harvest Moon, Cortez the Killer. So simply fantastic. If you missed it, it's a benefit for the same people as the Bridge School, but I guess he's made it so 2 people get some money out of it. And this is a camp that they send people to who have learning challenges.
Cool.
I guess is what it is. So that's your Neil Young Minute.
All right.
The Neil Young Minute.
Get all
so
of our money's worth
it's
on
a
that
bad joke that I made a comment once about Neil Young being a second-rate Dylan, and we ended up with the Neil Young Minute, where every week I have to do a news story.
Every week you got to find something Neil Young to talk about.
And sometimes it's tough because sometimes he doesn't do nothing, or it's stuff about him and his wife and weird stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to know about him and Daryl Hannah. She's the mermaid.
It's still so weird that they're married. It's still so weird.
Absolutely, absolutely crazy. So you're going over to Giddy Up America. Everyone, check it out. And Saturday, meet us on Friday over on Volume. On Saturday, meet us on Volume again.
Friday morning, yeah, Friday morning. With
wait.
DJ.
We got.
We got new stickers. Kev got new stickers.
Turn the light off so we can see it. There, it is volume.com. Shiny.
How shiny it is.
Shiny.
You didn't get the matte finish on that. You got the shine.
Yeah, I you know what? I went with Death by Stickers, and they were really cool because they sent me an email and they were like, it's going to be 15 days before you get your stuff. And I was like, well, that's
I wasn't having that. He's like,
I would needed it for Halloween. And they were like, well, have it to you before Halloween. And I was like, you guys rock, because you took me being a little bitchy guy at 3 a.m, like,
Well, the good thing is they're super easy. It's just white on black, and it's a W with a plus on a website. So they're not too intricate. So they should be able to knock this out pretty quickly,
Yeah,
I would think.
the ask isn't insurmountable.
Right.
Right? It's like they're like, oh yeah, this is you got it, no problem,
Yeah.
dude. Sure.
Ryan, thank you. We'll have to do this again sometime in the future. Maybe after the new year starts, we'll get some big news. We can bring you on. I'm sure you're going to be writing something that's going to perk my interest because you always seem to do that, which I really appreciate. It's tough to break through on the internet with all this. I mean,
yeah, it's very true. It's very true.
So here we are. I'm not going to speak out of turn because I know when the cameras are off, I bitch at T sometimes about the way the whole world is set up in the infrastructure. I call it the mainstream jam media.
Exactly.
All right. We're out of here, guys. T, you got anything?
No, thanks. Chat as always, William, Dave, Greg, Mike's grooving. You guys rule it, of course. You ate my fractal team and Bungle over on Volume. We love you guys. Show up Saturday if you're in Baltimore. What time is it at, Kev? Noon?
3 to 5.
3 to 5. There you go.
Yeah. Right by Free Market. Get a beer. Grab some oysters. Like I said, I think the chicken liver place is gone, but you
pick up with a signed book. Get a signed book, or bring your book and have Mike sign it. And if you can't make it, join me on the chat and Volume, and we'll have some fun talking shit about Kev in the chat and sending Mike questions via text and everything. So
hold on for a second.
And happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, Ryan. Happy Halloween, everybody. I almost forgot. It's like in 2 days. Enjoy, be safe out there, whatever you're doing. And happy Halloween, everybody. I wore my Wook+. Woo!
The
Howling Ween jersey tonight. In occasion of it.
I'm glad Fish got the memo at Dick's that year and played.
I know, and gave it to us. It was perfect.
It was. All right, we'll see you.
Dude, pleasure meeting you. Pleasure talking to you. Thanks for coming on and dealing with us and dealing with the Wooks in the chat and everything. It was fun.
Yeah, hold on for a sec so we can make sure we're
hang out for 1 sec after
we'll see everybody over on Volume Friday, noon Eastern.
Bye, guys. Favorite Halloween candy. You know, we did a whole episode 1 year with Tim and we ranked all the Halloween candies. Remember that, Cat? We tiered them all. I always like
Snickers. It was Snickers, I think.
Snickers, I think one. I like Kit Kats. I like the little packs of like peanut M&Ms. Was that last year?
No, it was 2 years ago.
Whatchamacallit, those were good too.
Yeah, so we've ranked it all.
What was the one? $5 grand or 5? Can't remember.
Y'all come back.
Literally last year.